This is a quick how-to video on making a heated poultry waterer for people like me who live in cold climates and have their water freezing all winter. So all we're using today is this 2-gallon heated bucket. This is made by Farm Innovators. You can see that it's a plug-in. It's a 60-watt heater that's in here. I picked this up at Princess Auto recently, knowing that I was going to need a heated poultry water in the winter, and we're going to convert this using some of these horizontal chicken waterers. So this is the bucket that I was using for my summer coop, and I'm going to repurpose these into this winter bucket, which I also can use year-round. Just unplug it in the summer. You will need to have a hand drill or a cordless driver if you're in the 21st century here, and the appropriate size of drill bit for the type of nipple water that you're using. So these horizontal ones, just a quick point, they're on a spring. That's what keeps the water from leaking out, but when the chickens peck at them, it releases water. There are also some vertical ones, and you may see videos where they hang vertical waterers in the bucket, but the trick is that you kind of have to drill them at an angle, otherwise you puncture the heater. So I'm not using a vertical setup, I'm using horizontal waterers, and we are going to drill them in such a way that they fit around the edge, close to the bottom, but not right on the bottom of the bucket. All right, step number one, we're going to take out some of these waterers. I don't know why I put so many in here when I built this. Like, maybe for the chicks they can crowd around it, but as soon as the chickens get any size to them, they can only fit so many of them around these waterers at once. Make sure your children don't fall in your bucket. And while we're talking about children falling in buckets, you also don't want chickens jumping in this bucket, so make sure that you figure out some kind of a clever lid to put on here. And this one, you can either set it on a brick after, or you can hang it from a hanger at the right height for them to drink from it. Okay. 4 waterers. I don't remember what size of drill bit I used for these, but I think it was 5/16. Oh, I know what we need to try. We need to try the drill bit that has little bits of plastic left on it from when I used it before. That's that one right there. We're using 1132s. And the old trusty cordless driver. 1132s. Depending on which chicken nipple waterers you buy, you might need a different size of drill bit. C'est la vie. Alright, let's do this so that they all line up nice. I'm going to drill a hole in line with the handle, and I'm going to space it so it is near but not right on the bottom of the bucket. There we go. Oh, let's put our drill on high speed. That'll make a difference. Make sure you have a good clean edge on that hole. These are a little bit dirty, but I think they're okay. Now, my chicken nipple waterers are threaded, so if you get the right size, then they should just bite their way in, and you can just tighten them right on. Oh no! Oh no. I just had a chicken nipple waterer fail. And I'll tell you exactly why. It was a little bit cross-threaded. And then as I got close, I thought it would just straighten itself out, but it didn't. That's a problem. Yeah. Hammered it through. So, if you're wondering what happened, that's what happened. This piece of plastic, which is a single piece, I screwed it too tight and it sheared off. Take two. Get this guy in here. Started it a little bit straighter than the other one. And also, as long as they bite properly, you probably don't have to tighten them super duper all the way. And the other thing is, if you end up with a leak, you know, you should inspect them frequently because you don't want a big puddle of water under your waterer. If they are leaking anywhere around the threads, you can just put a little bit of plumber's tape on here before you screw them in. Okay? Actually, on the fly, I've decided I'm not gonna put a nipple waterer right above this cord because the cord is gonna go to my wall and up. So really, when this bucket's sitting against the wall, there'll be a water on either side and water on the front, and hopefully that will suffice. Just get that started in there as straight as we can. It's going to self-thread. And again, you can just use a little bit of Teflon tape if you need to prevent any leaks. And my third one here started in there pretty straight. And we are off to the races. Put some water in there and then checked around the base of each of these nipple waterers, and there's no leaking, so it's pretty much ready to set up. Alright, so mine's going to be sitting on a brick, which means I don't have to have the hanger up, which means I can just put an oversized lid on it. And what I did to keep the lid from falling off is I cut a piece of wood that just fits inside the circumference of the bucket, centered it on this spare lid I had, put a little handle on it. Boom. Hello? Hey, chickens. How's everybody? Hey, this big rooster, I heard he's been attacking my mum. But I think it's because he got thrashed by another rooster. Well, that guy up there. There's been a lot of chicken drama, rooster drama. That's a partridge Chanticleer rooster. He's the second smallest and the most vicious rooster around. So we, if you didn't watch earlier videos, we got all of our rustic rangers into the freezer, and we ended up with a few odd stragglers. So that big rooster, that's Milo, and he's got a couple hens here. We raised them with the kids at my house this summer. These are some Jubilee Orpingtons, so you can see there's lots of speckledy Jubilee Orpingtons around. And every once in a while there's like a couple of mystery roosters have popped up since we butchered. So that guy we thought was a hen, that guy we thought was a hen, this one over here we thought was a hen. So these guys are all going to get sorted out of here because they're part of the rooster problem. Yeah, you're the boss, Milo. You're the boss. Okay, I can't remember if I showed this, but just a quick little wiring thing. I went from a light switch to a junction box, and I plugged in a timer on the light. Now there was only 1 or 2 lights in here, and what I did is I connected them all in one circuit. So now those 3 lights, including the one in the coop behind this coop, they're all on a timer. Hopefully that will help these chickens to start laying, because there's a lot of chickens in here and not a lot of eggs. Oh, look at that! Oh, an egg! Yay! Oh, a warm one even. Put that in my little pouch here and keep it safe. Okay, back to the water. So, my lights are on one plug on a timer, and then my waterer is going to go into this plug, and it'll just be on all the time. And I might have to run an extension cord. I might have to staple an extension cord to the wall here to get it to reach to where I want to set up this bucket. Okay, I did also want to mention this is a thermostatically controlled bucket, which means it's not running all the time. It only runs, I guess, at a certain temperature that triggers it to run. So that's also very handy. And what I did is I had to run an extension cord because it was just a little bit too far from the bucket to plug it directly into the wall socket. So that's why I've got this funny loop, because I didn't want to have loose cords dangling all over the place. And I just kind of tacked this cord up with these, whatever they're called, cord clips, electrical clips, I don't know. Keep it nice and tidy. And there you have it. A cold weather chicken nipple waterer with heat.